In 1995, if your window switch broke, you drove to a junkyard, paid $5, and plugged in a new one. 30 seconds. Today, plug a new switch into a modern Ford or Chevy, and the truck rejects it. The part is identical, it works, but the computer scans a digital serial number, and if that number is not on the manufacturer's list, the system locks. To unlock it, you tow it to the dealership and pay them to click a button on a laptop. They digitized the wrench and kept the password for themselves. Today we explain how manufacturers sealed your engine behind software, the subscription trap that charges rent on parts you already own, and the three-part rule that separates ownership from a lifetime lease. In 1970, a car had 0 computers: carburetor, distributor, points, condenser. A shade tree mechanic with a timing light and a Chilton manual could fix anything in a driveway. Today, a modern vehicle contains from 100 to 150 electronic control units, running over 100 million lines of code. A Boeing 787 Dreamliner runs 6.5 million lines of code. Your car has 15 times more software than a commercial aircraft. In 1996, the government mandated OBD-II, a standardized diagnostic port in every vehicle. For 2 decades, any mechanic could plug in a $50 scanner and read the same codes as the dealer. That era is ending. Manufacturers have layered proprietary systems on top. The basic codes are still public, but the deeper data, body control modules, battery registration, ADAS calibration, requires the manufacturer's own scan tool. A dealer-level tool costs $600 to $3,000, with annual subscriptions over $1,000. A 2024 Auto Care Association survey found over 50% of independent repair shops had to turn away business because they could not access the vehicle's computer. The port is still there. The information behind it has been walled off. Manufacturers now embed digital serial numbers inside individual components like switches, mirrors, headlights, and batteries. When you install a replacement, the car's computer scans it. If that number is not on the factory list, the system locks. The part works. The software says no. To unlock it, you tow the car to the dealership. They plug in a laptop, press a button, and charge you an hour of labor. They are not repairing anything. They are granting permission. On many modern vehicles from BMW, Mercedes, and Ford, if you install a new battery yourself, the car does not recognize it. The alternator keeps charging at the rate calibrated for your old battery, and it overcharges. Your new $200 battery is destroyed within weeks. The fix of mods is to drive to the dealership and pay $50 to $150 for a technician to register the battery with the car's computer. They have turned replacing a battery, the simplest job in automotive history, into a mandatory dealership visit. Then, the windshield. A 2023 AAA study found a DAS components add up to 37.6% of post-crash repair costs. A cracked windshield used to be a $200 fix. Now it requires ADAS recalibration, $300 to $1,200 depending on the shop. For a side mirror replacement on a 2023 vehicle, over 70% of the cost was the ADAS camera inside the housing. Individual ADAS component repairs range from $290 to $1,596 on top of bodywork. A fender bender is now a financial event. Before they locked the software, they locked the hardware. On a 1990 Silverado, changing a headlight bulb took 30 seconds and a screwdriver. On a modern truck, you remove the wheel well liner or disassemble the grille to reach the bulb. On many German cars, manufacturers deleted the transmission dipstick. You cannot check your own fluid. You trust a sensor. When it fails, you buy a diagnostic appointment. The worst is the cab off repair. On modern Ford Super Duty trucks, the engine is packed so tightly that for major repairs, the mechanic lifts the entire cab off the frame. That requires a commercial lift rated for 10,000 pounds. A Saturday driveway job is now a $2,000 to $4,000 labor bill before parts. Vehicle repair costs have risen 43.6% from 2019 to 2025. The average shop visit costs $838. Every deleted dipstick, every plastic cover, every cab-off procedure adds labor hours. The inaccessibility is not a design flaw, it is a revenue model. Farmers were the first victims. A farmer spends $500,000 on a John Deere tractor. A $50 sensor fails in the field. The farmer can replace it in 10 minutes, but the software will not recognize the part until a Deere dealer drives out and authenticates it with proprietary software. During harvest, when delays cost thousands per hour, farmers were stranded, waiting for permission to use their own equipment. In January 2025, the Federal Trade Commission sued Deere, alleging a 100% monopoly on fully functional repair tools. A federal judge allowed the case to proceed in June 2025. Farmers lose an estimated $4.2 billion annually, $3 billion in downtime, and $1.2 billion in excess repair costs. The auto industry watched and copied it. BMW charged $18 per month for heated seats already installed in the car. Toyota locked remote start behind a subscription paywall. Tesla limited a 75 kilowatt-hour battery to 60 kilowatt-hours by software and charged owners to unlock the capacity they already purchased. A Cox Automotive study found 75% of consumers unwilling to pay monthly for vehicle features. 87% said safety and comfort features should be included in the purchase price. They are not selling you a car, they are renting you a platform. 3 decisions. Decision 1. Support right to repair legislation. The Repair Act was reintroduced in February 2025 with bipartisan sponsorship. 83% of Americans support it, 84% of Republicans, 82% of Democrats. Massachusetts, Maine, Colorado, and Oregon have passed state-level laws. Legislation has been introduced in all 50 states. The political will exists. The manufacturer lobby is the only obstacle. Decision 2. Buy repairable vehicles. A vehicle built before 2010 has minimal parts pairing, no telematics lockout, no ADAS recalibration, and an accessible engine bay. The average vehicle age in America hit 12.8 years in 2025, a record, because people are keeping older vehicles to avoid software dependency. The truck made before 2015 is the automotive equivalent of the solid hardwood dresser at the estate sale. Simpler, repairable, increasingly valuable because the owner can maintain it. Decision 3. Test before you buy. Search the vehicle's failure parts on aftermarket sites. If critical components are dealer exclusive, lock out the vehicle. Open the hood. If you cannot reach the oil filter or the battery without removing panels, every service is a labor bill. Search owner forms for parts pairing rejections and mandatory dealer resets. If you find them, you are not buying a vehicle. You are signing a service contract. Here is the rule. Check the parts. Check the access. Check the software. If you cannot source the parts independently, reach the engine without disassembling the vehicle, or reset the computer without the dealer, you do not own that vehicle. The dealer does. 2 trucks, same lot, same price. One has an accessible engine bay, aftermarket parts, and no software lockouts. The other has a sealed plastic cover, VIN locked components, and a subscription to start remotely. In 5 years, one owner has spent $3,000 maintaining it in his driveway. The other has spent $15,000 at the dealership. The only difference was 3 questions the buyer asked before signing. Check the parts, check the access, check the software, and if the hood opens to an engine, buy it. If it opens to a password, walk away. Subscribe.